2024 was an eventful year for the Salesforce ecosystem, and there can be little doubt that this year will shape up to be just as monumental for the cloud giant's economy. With the company's hard pivot to AI and the release of its flagship product Agentforce, it's more important than ever for those of us in the ecosystem to keep on top of what's happening in terms of jobs, trends, and skills. If we look back to the trends and events of 2024, you'll soon notice just how hectic of a year it really was. Challenges faced by the mothership trickled down to its partner ecosystem, creating a ripple that has resulted in reductions in workforce and layoffs across several companies that built their businesses around Salesforce. But there is something of a new buzz around Salesforce going into 2025, mainly due to the company's focus shift to agents. Some people in the ecosystem were wondering whether the cloud giant had already peaked, but Dreamforce 24 seemed to send a jolt of life back through Salesforce, and this was reflected in the stock price late last year. The Salesforce economy seems to be growing overall, and we are seeing something of an uptick in conversations and opportunities for automation and artificial intelligence. The next 12 months will be very telling for the company, bearing in mind Salesforce's focus on Agentforce. Salesforce's economy experienced a slowdown in 2024, and the employee market still shows evidence of some stagnancy. For instance, a number of contractors have been struggling to jump on projects and lower day rates. Others in the ecosystem see high levels of optimism for 2025, but this is still tempered with skepticism towards Agentforce. Nathan Brown, the Director of Portfolio Management and Alliances at AscendX, said that it's still early days and Agentforce was brought to the market a bit too early, with some questionable pricing to boot. How Salesforce further enhances the LLMs and agents in the next few releases will be critical to combat the likes of OpenAI and Claude, he added, claiming that the enhanced focus on AI adoption has led to overall growth in the partner ecosystem. Some say that aspects of the downturn in the Salesforce economy recently were related to post-COVID corrections, along with an election year in the US. Whether you are happy with the outcome of the presidential election cycle or not, at least now businesses have more clarity into how the US economy will be governed over the next few years and will hopefully start loosening up the purse strings a bit, said Nick Ham, founder and CEO of 10K. The primary reason for a better 2025 would likely be whether Agentforce can deliver on its value promise. If that's the case, then a lot of experienced Salesforce admins might be sought after by companies with Agentforce implementations, with new entrants to the market being brought in to backfill the more senior admins that take on Agentforce. Influencer marketing, US economy changes, and AI-driven solutions have each been mentioned as trends that could affect the Salesforce economy. Regarding AI solutions, Nathan Brown said more technologies are building on top of Agentforce, and he thinks we will begin to see an agent exchange with agents focused on vertical trends. This is something that Salesforce looks to be preparing for the Agentforce Partner Exchange. The broader macroeconomic environment is also something to consider. If the Salesforce economy is going to be driven forward, businesses need to invest in technology initiatives. AI will likely continue to be at the forefront of discussions, but there is also a lot of excitement about how Data Cloud is helping bring datasets together to enrich the CRM data and bring more insights for organizations. Data Cloud may give organizations the push needed to clean up some of their data models to be able to properly leverage AI, which is the foundation of any successful AI initiative. Speaking of laying the foundations for AI, is your organization ready to get stuck in? The first step to any successful AI venture is to make sure your data is clean. Bad data can derail your AI project before it even begins, turning your investment into a costly mistake. Traction Complete is your solution to clean, connect, and optimize your Salesforce data, ensuring it's ready for AI and delivering real business value. Don't let messy data hold you back. Click the link or scan the QR code to see how you can get started on cleaning your Salesforce org today. But while AI is certainly a big topic for Salesforce, people may come to realize after a new tool or two that the real focus on their platforms should be data quality and technical debt. Alex McKay, the president and co-founder of Tequity Advisors, says the company is forecasting an upbeat year for many of the major enterprise SaaS players, including Salesforce. He said that there is likely to be more growth in the ecosystem compared to 2023/4, and there will be more M&A and capital funding opportunities. Essentially, AI is going to be a serious contribution to growth and at the same time, a major threat to those who don't find the Agentforce tailwinds. Any task or role that is an easier solution built offshore or nearshore will be susceptible. It's difficult to say just how impactful Agentforce will be, but it really is predicted to be involved in an eat or be eaten situation or two. For existing customers of Salesforce, there is likely a good scope for Agentforce, but there is some worry that the cloud giant is talking less about its core offerings to promote their flagship AI, which could alienate new logos. In terms of whether or not Agentforce will have a positive or negative impact on the labor market, opinions are mixed. Jess Oliver, a Salesforce consultant and solution architect, says she thinks it will be positive if people jump on the bandwagon. She said that Salesforce have openly admitted that they really need Agentforce skills in the marketplace, so there's lots of potential for roles in non-tech positions that surround AI to do with operations like prompt writing or process mapping. Others believe it may be too early to call how Agentforce will affect Salesforce's future growth prospects, and while there is a lot of investment coming from Salesforce, maybe it's a bit too much. There is also a worry that AI is going to massively disrupt not just the Salesforce labor market, but many others over the coming years. Specific to the Salesforce ecosystem, it may come to be that knowing Agentforce will be table stakes for a successful long-term career in this ecosystem. In terms of how the labor market may be affected by the burgeoning AI sector, it may simply be that it will positively affect those who do adopt it and negatively impact those who do not. Regarding how Agentforce might affect future growth prospects, some have pointed out that Salesforce is pushing more products out faster than companies seem to be able to keep up with. Salesforce has been around for almost 26 years and has seen an ecosystem of professionals grow around the mothership during this time. While this has often meant an expanding pool of new roles and areas of expertise emerging, it can also mean positions become less relevant over time, and those who fail to adapt and upskill fall behind. Going into 2025, especially with Salesforce's hard pivot to AI, it may be the case that some products and roles become less relevant. Revenue Cloud Advanced, Data Cloud, and Commerce Cloud are all experience increased demand, while core Salesforce products like Sales Cloud, Marketing Cloud, and Service Cloud have significant market saturation and growth is predicted to slow. Josh Matthews, a Salesforce recruiter, says he believes that the typical junior and mid-level Salesforce administrator positions are at the highest risk for less relevance, and this is an opinion he shares with a few other notable voices. AI service companies can easily introduce admin bots and personas that can be prompted to perform company-specific administration tasks without the use of Agentforce or the need for training. For smaller companies, this is of course a much more cost-effective labor option. For any business systems role, the demand is likely going to continue to steadily increase, and the demand for real Salesforce experts will feel that demand too. Jess Oliver says product owners, data cloud specialists, and people working in integration will see their roles become more relevant, while generalists without specific expertise might feel more of a sting. Nathan Brown thinks experts in Tableau, AI, and MuleSoft will enjoy more relevance, while admins, non-certified Apex developers, and Visualforce devs will be less so. If there's one common theme across every area we've covered, it's Agentforce. It's everywhere, and you can't deny its influence on everything 2025 and Salesforce will throw at us. AI is very much front and center for Salesforce, which is undoubtedly having a ripple effect for everyone in the ecosystem. Those wishing to stay relevant and competitive will likely want to familiarize themselves as best they can with the flagship product, which has been dominating discussions about the Salesforce ecosystem ever since its release.